Hey, happy Wednesday. Thanks for joining us on the Hail Trace Facebook pages this morning, or this afternoon rather. It just turned afternoon. Let's see, it's 12:10 right now. Today we are talking about large hail once again in play for several storms that are possible across the Midwest and northern plains. We do have another round of storms on the way, not just today, but also tomorrow, then again on Friday. And we are also tracking some activity in the tropics. I know that a lot of people have been looking for some of those Atlantic storms. Where are they? Are they coming back? Yes, it looks like hurricane season could be a little bit busier as we head into August. But first, let's talk about some upcoming events that we have with Hail Trace. The NTRCA Not So Many Trade Show is on August 8th. That is down in Texas. We're at Grapevine, Texas here. We'd love for you to come by and see our booth. We always enjoy seeing everyone. So again, that's August 8th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Come by and see our booth. We also have an event for this on Facebook, so if you need more information about where to get tickets or where we're going to be at, you can head over to that event on our Facebook page. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at yesterday's storm reports. A very, very big wind event, it looks like, for a lot of these storm reports. They are, they're wind reports, they're high wind reports. However, we did get a little bit of hail here. I think one of the most impressive areas of hail is right to the south of Rapid City, where we got 2-inch sized hail yesterday. We even got a tornado reported here, just right along the state line. So a lot of people getting that wind. However, some people also getting some of that larger hail. You can see some areas where maybe a cluster of storms or an isolated storm even brought down some strong hail. Just to the east of Omaha as well, we did get some large hail in this area as well. So we could do that again today. We have another round of strong to severe showers and storms once again today. Yesterday, it looks like we got some really good rain anywhere from Iowa all the way down to Tennessee, and then parts of the East Coast. However, we are staying dry once again today, just like what we saw yesterday out to the west. We have really struggled to get rain in this area. As I mentioned, we do have ongoing showers and storms right now. These do have some severe signatures with them. So we could see this large hail, strong wind speeds with some of these severe storms right now. I'll go ahead and take a look at that in just a few minutes. But I want to talk about your current temperatures. We are currently sitting in the 80s and 90s, 91 here in Oklahoma City, 90 degrees in Dallas, 96 in Las Vegas. We've got 81 up in Boise. Let's see, anyone higher than 96 here? It looks like Las Vegas is the warmest in terms of that actual temperature. Now, I did mention that we do have some strong to severe storms out there right now. I want to mention one of the strongest storms that we're watching is just to the south of Fargo, just to the east of Aberdeen, and you can see here highlighted in pink, we do have a severe thunderstorm watch in place right now. Farther down to the south, you can see another severe storm just to the west of Omaha. And then if we take you farther out to the east, we have another severe storm, and that would be in Memphis. You can see just barely that polygon outlined there. So you can see some of those stronger storms. If we take you farther out to the east, there's another severe thunderstorm warning for some of those eastern storms there. So we do have lots of us expecting showers and storms today. I mean, that risk goes all the way up from the northern plains down to Oklahoma and then farther off to the east in places like Kentucky. So a lot of people are getting storms today. A lot of people also dealing with that heat. We've got 91 in Chandler, 91 in Oklahoma City, 92 in Chickasha, 92 in Fort Worth, and 89 in Dallas. But if you take that actual temperature that I just showed you and you put the humidity and all the moisture on top of that, you get your feel-like temperature, also known as the heat index. So it feels like 100 degrees already here in Oklahoma City. We've got 104 in Memphis. Can anyone beat 104? Let's see. Oh, we've got 107 in Macon, Georgia. That is the warmest feel-like temperature that I see on the board right here. So yes, we've got a lot of moisture in this area. And what's happening is whenever we have all this moisture, not only coming up from the Gulf, but also because we got a lot of rain in this area last week. So we've got just moisture coming from all directions. It makes it feel even hotter. It makes it harder for your body to cool itself down with these high temperatures. Also, since we've got that moisture going on here, we have some high instability. And that's what these storms need to turn severe and have that large hail, maybe high wind later on today. Or even right now. You know, we've got those strong to severe storms right now. So you can see some of the highest instability in places like Minneapolis, all the way down to Omaha, St. Louis, up towards Cincinnati. Those storms using up that instability as they move to the east as we head into the late night hours tonight. And then where is the most significant hail? That would be right in this same area through the northern plains, anywhere from Omaha to Minneapolis back to Rapid City, which is exactly where we're seeing the severe storms right now. Okay, taking a look at the hail risk for today. I know everyone wants to see that hail map, so let's jump right into it here. You can see that hail map highlighted here in this red color, and it looks like we accidentally have a pink on top of that. I need to take that one off. Anyway, just focus on this red color right here. Hail sizes will be close to 2 inches once again today, 1.75 to 2.5 inches. The best likelihood to see some of these stronger storms with that large hail will be in places like Minneapolis, Sioux Falls, Omaha, Kansas City, and Wichita. However, the farther south you go, I think you're going to get not only smaller hail, but also a lower chance of getting that hail. Our storms in this area are going to be very isolated, so not everyone getting storms in this area. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at that full predictor. Oh, but first, what is the most likely hail size? I have it between that hen egg what's the biggest hail size we could see today? I have it between that hen egg and tennis ball sized hail. I was back and forth. You know, yesterday it looked like we could see some baseball sized hail. I brought it down just a little bit for today because I do think that this will be primarily a wind event. Over the next few hours, I think these storms will transition from a hail event to a wind event. And then you can see for that tornado risk as well, we are expecting at least an isolated tornado or two in this area. So we could see several isolated tornadoes today as well. So we'll be watching that for you. Of course, our meteorologists will be tracking that as that storm happens. They are watching that and they are tracking exactly where that hail is, how big is it, how strong are the winds, and where are those tornado paths. Let's take a look at the timing with this here. Right now, we've been talking about those two areas in the northern plains that have those severe storms already. We showed you that just a few minutes ago. Now what we're watching for are these storms really going to blossom, start to fill in through South Dakota here, through the late night hours, and then track farther off to the east into places like Minneapolis and Omaha. So this again will be producing some of that larger hail, but I do think that strong wind will be one of the biggest concerns out of this as well. This will continue through the overnight hours. So if you're in places like the Midwest, so just to the east of the northern plains here, through the Midwest, through the overnight hours, I want you to make sure that you have several ways to get your weather alerts, because you could be dealing with some of those stronger storms, severe storms, through the overnight hours while you are asleep. You can see that in Chicago even, we've got some strong storms through early tomorrow morning. That could impact your morning commute tomorrow. Let's start this over and take it back to this afternoon and look farther out to the Midwest, okay? We've got some isolated showers and storms, not as promising for those showers and storms in this area. They will be a little bit more isolated, and I think the farther east that you go, the more of a wind threat this will be. So that's what we're watching for today. You can see your biggest hazard outlook here. We're watching for some flooding in this area, so you could see even some minor flooding for some of us in this area. This will be where those storms really dump too much rain too quickly, and that could cause ponding on the roadways as well as minor flooding. You know that area in your neighborhood that always tends to flood? That's the area that I want you to be watching out for today. And then of course ponding on the roadways that could delay your drive home this evening on your evening commute, or even tomorrow morning. We've got also some minor flooding expected farther out to the west in places like Arizona and New Mexico. And of course, that fire danger, it's elevated in places like northeastern Colorado. I see that there's like some flooding potential farther down into the southern portion of the U.S. too. I think that's going to be very, very minor. Okay, what about that surface smoke? We talked about yesterday that you can see those hazy skies anywhere from the west all the way through the southern plains. That's definitely possible once again. I actually saw a picture out of Denver this morning showing that their air quality was very, very poor this morning. So I'm sure a lot of that has to do with some of that smoke that's coming off of the west from Northern California. All right, taking a look at that heat watch and warnings. We have heat watches and warnings in effect and advisories in effect anywhere from Oklahoma all the way down to Texas, Kansas, Missouri, Arkansas, Louisiana, and then all along the southeast here, we've got a lot of heat watches and warnings in effect right here. So that is for well above average temperatures, but also because through the overnight hours, those temperatures really struggle to cool down at all. So what we're talking about here is temperatures above 70 through the overnight hours, not giving your body any relief at all. So your AC will have to work 24 hours a day, which I know it's not fun for your AC bill, and it's not fun if you want to take a walk in the evenings. It's still hot out there. Unfortunately, it's still going to be hot as we head into the next few days and probably at least the first week of August, if not even farther into August than that. Let's talk about the chances for storms for tomorrow. We have showers and storms expected, once again strong to severe in the Midwest. So we do have a slight risk issued for this area for tomorrow. That's a level 2 severity on a scale of 5. What we're watching for here is some large hail and strong wind. Once again, very similar to what we saw yesterday, very similar to what we're seeing today. We are watching for that cluster of storms to produce those strong to severe storms. So here's what we're watching for in terms of the heat. You know, we were just talking about that extreme heat that we don't get any breaks from through the overnight hours. It looks like tomorrow Oklahoma City will reach that triple degree mark, 102 in Oklahoma City, 100 in Dallas, 95 in Denver, above average there, and it looks like 82 in Minneapolis. Okay, oh, Friday, whew, look at that, Oklahoma City, 104 on Friday here in Oklahoma City. It just keeps on getting worse. You add the humidity into that and temperatures are going to feel, or your feel like temperature is going to be well into the triple digits, if not at the 110 mark. So we'll have to watch that feel like temperature there. It's going to be brutal as we head into the end of this work week and into the weekend. We're in the upper 90s, and you could even see the overnight low there was in the mid to upper 70s. No break for that AC at all. So how long is this going to last? As I mentioned, at least through the first week of August, if not even longer than that. This is through August 9th, August 5th through August 9th here. It looks like we have a really decent chance to be above average farther out to the west, above average through Oklahoma City as well, all the way down to the south and the southeast, of course, feeling those just absolutely extreme feel-like temperatures. The heat index is going to be most likely above 100, once again farther out to the south and east as well. These are your average temperatures this time of the year. Your average temperature here in Oklahoma City is 94. So what this tells us is we've got a bullseye right around Oklahoma City and into southern Kansas for a high likelihood of being above average. So what we're watching for here is a very high likelihood to be above 94 degrees as we head into the first week of August. All right, what about those rain chances? It looks like we're kind of shifting the better chances for rain from the south all the way up to the north. So we're talking about the northern plains and the Midwest here having the better chances for rain. A very similar outlook as we head into the first week of August, into August 9th here. Still looking to see above average rainfall up in the Midwest, but thankfully we are finally getting some rain out to the west as well. You know, we had a high pressure system, or we have a high pressure system sitting in this area, and usually a high pressure system means warmer conditions and lots of sunshine. It looks like we should be this high pressure system should be breaking down just a little bit, enough to get some rain in this area, which is great news, especially because we have a fire concern out there right now. Absolutely great news. Okay, what about the tropics? You know, we've been talking about the Atlantic. We've been talking about how it's been very, very dull in this area here lately, very, very quiet. But we do have one system that we're watching for in this area. Right now, we have a very, very low chance. Actually, the National Hurricane Center says a 0% chance of any significant formation within the next 2 days. So as we approach the weekend, this should still be extremely unorganized out here. However, over the next 7 days, we have a pretty good chance to see some significant formation closer to Florida. Some models want to take this all the way up the East Coast. Some models want to take this farther into the Gulf. We'll have to watch it. Still too soon to tell. However, it does look like we're going to see at least more activity as we head into August. So of course we'll be tracking that for you. We'll be tracking those hurricane chances as we head into August. August through October is peak hurricane season. So we are not even into that peak hurricane season quite yet. We'll get there. We'll be tracking that for you. Okay, thanks for joining us on this Wednesday afternoon. I'm meteorologist Taylor Cox. If you want any hail maps, if you want any hail, we can't control that, but if you want those hail maps, wind maps, or tornado maps, you can give us a call at 855-334-4245. Email us at info@hailtrace.com, or go ahead, jump on the website, hailtrace.com. We have more things than just maps on the website. We also have a blog that talks about things like, why haven't we seen more hurricanes this year? What's the reason for that? We talk about all of that on our blog at hailtrace.com. Also follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. We post a lot on there, and of course we do our lives on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter as well. Okay, have a fantastic Wednesday. We'll see you back here, same time, same place tomorrow.